Hello, hello guys. Um, this music back. Okay, guys, welcome. I think this is working. Yep, I think we're good to go. So, yeah, guys, welcome back to new episode on our Swiftui project that we've been working on, which is bakery app project, the bakery app project I've been working on. And kind of yesterday we did the authentication part, but we didn't finish it up. So we had a lot of issues. We were facing a lot of bugs, errors, warning from the um, editor and from my ESCO. So yeah, so that's kind of delayed most of the stuff we're supposed to do, and we didn't do it. And that's from my own side. So basically, we'll be starting from where we stopped yesterday. And guys, before we continue, feel free to subscribe, share the video, and also comment on the video too, so that we could keep on going with this. Thank you guys for joining, and let's get started. So right here we still have what's it called? So we have our authentication part which we are still working on. Yesterday we were able to kind of like create a user using their email, phone number, password, and also log in a user using their email, password. So that's what we kind of like did yesterday. That was working. Um, So before we do anything, I kind of like saw an issue right here. So if you go back to the creator account, it shouldn't be login. The button shouldn't say login. The button should say something like, let me open this up. So the button should say create account and not login. And let's fix that up. So basically, it's a UI issue or UI error. You can call that. To fix that up, that would basically be somehow and auth button. Think we have okay title, so we can make use of the title property to change that. So go over here, um, tap into the title property to make it city. Okay, so you can just tap into the title property like right here. I could just say call that to be create account. Yeah. So that will so this will not create a confusion for the users. So it's better this way. And we just restart our app to see that. So once that is done, so we could basically go back to our auth controller. So if you are with me yesterday in our stream, so we are kind of like facing some issues here, which I went back on my own and did some research, tried some stuff, and I was able to fix that. And so the issue was if I should uncomment this out and if and uncomment this out. So basically, I commented this and uncommented this out and go ahead and save this. So you're going to have this warning showing up here saying comparing non-optional value of type auth data result to new always the sum true. Because basically this has already been unwrapped. It's no longer an optional because we are using try and awaiting on the results. So it's no longer an optional. So comparing this doesn't make any sense. That's what basically this warning is saying here. And again, this is also saying no async operation occur within await expression. So let me see. So basically, it looks like this function here is not actually showing an error. That I think that's what we are. This particular warning is saying. And so to fix those errors that we are having right now, like I said, I did a changes, so I could just go ahead and remove this. So since you already explained what happened here, so basically, I will uncomment this out. So basically, here we unwrap this value that's been returned in this call here. So long it because we're using and await is no longer going to be an option. Since it's no longer going to be an option. So once that is returned, we are going to make another call, try and await on this call here. So this will actually true. This particular call will actually true an error. So we made try and await there, and we passed the result that has been returned here, which is no longer an optional, and we pass it in here and in here. So that kind of like fixed the issue we are having. So that's one way to fix that issue. Another way to fix that issue is to remove the do cache block. I think we'll go ahead and remove this because I don't need this anymore. So remove the do cache block over here, unwrap this. So basically uncomment this and remove this async mark on the function, save this, and we're not going to have any error. So yeah, we are not going to have any error. So we can use this code here in place of this code, come on, in place of this whole code. So instead of using this one, we can actually make use of this, what we have here. So basically, they are the same stuff. We are still going to display an error if there's an error. Basically, right inside this closure, right here, inside this closure, we could actually say we are using get guard So guard basically saying if this is true, do a conditional binding to it and add it into this user variable, and this user variable becomes whatever is inside this thing. But if this is actually false, that means it's an error or something happened. This S block here will actually be the one to be executed. In here, we can actually add these statements so that we have right here. You can actually remove this print statement or just below it. You can do something like this. Just do something like this, and that will still work. Um, so we have to unwrap this. You have this error that we're having here. So if something happened, so there's an optional. So you can first unwrap it this way. So if you want to unwrap it, optional string must be first unwrapped. So yeah, we could fix that error this way. First unwrap the error that we're getting here. Because the reason we are first unwrapping it, because I know for me I'm thinking like over here we're having this getlet um property right here. Oh, looks like our streaming stopped working. Okay, so just I just got this back online. So the streaming for some reason stopped working. I don't know what happened, and yeah. So basically, back to what we are doing here. So we are using this guard rate here. So if this is if there's no error, so this block here will not be executed, and we'll go ahead and use this one. So this will be executed if there's no error. It's basically making use of this constant variable we created here to pass in the user ID here and also the user ID here and submit it inside this collection to create a document. So that's basically another way to do the same thing we are actually doing here. So depends on anyone you want to make use of, you can make use of them, but they're basically doing both the same stuff just in a different way. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this for now. So okay, this. I can just comment it out, but I'll just add. Well, let's go ahead and remove it entirely and get on with what we're doing. Okay, so we removed that code and we went back to our previous code, but this going to throw an error, so we have to add an async mark to the function, mark the function to be asynchronous. So that will fix the issues we're having right now. And there we go. So I don't think there's anything else to explain for the issue we had yesterday. So next stuff we need to do is basically let's see what stuff we need to fix here. So yeah, this constant we have here, we could actually create a class for that. Pass use a class that has all the constants for our Firebase collection. So copy this out, create a new class in here. Come on, create a class. Um, so the class name will be called Firebase just Firestore collection path. So our Firestore collection path, that's the class name. And inside the class name, we are going to have constant variables that we want to make use of. So this will be static lets. We call this, so basically what we just copied out right now. And we have to make it a static member. So you can actually access it without creating an object from the class. So we made it a static member like this. And then we can actually make use of this class and also this correction in anywhere we were hard coding our correction. So here, so this is going to throw an error. So we have to replace this with this class dots here. So that will fix the error we're having. The error goes away. So that I think that's one quick change we could actually make before moving on to anything. So with that being made, so we could just actually see what else we need to fix here. So this creates. So we're actually creating a user using this, and also this. But there's an issue. So if you go back here, I'll move this up. So if you go back to our collection, so our back end, you see the phone number is basically just the phone number without the code, country code or yeah, or localization code. So we don't have this attached to the phone number we submitted, but we want to be able to attach this to the phone number we are going to submit. In that way, we could actually know which country that the user registered from and how to call them. So something like that. So to fix that error, we actually go back to our sign up screen right here. And here we are passing the phone number, but we are not passing it with the, like I said, the extension, which we actually get hold of the extension from, let me see, So these are phone number inside there. So let me see what is okay, phone number, which is this. And we have the country code, which is a state variable right here. And we have the country flag and other stuff. We could actually make it better for us in a way we can actually access this country code in our app. So we can do that. We could do that by saying converting this country code to be a binding. Let's try that. We'll say at binding. Um, so there we go. At binding type string. Okay, let's use that. And so we already have that in here, country code. And then we could create, say, in here, we just say self dot underscore. So the country code is equal to, we create a new binding that we can actually initialize here. Called a country. There we go. Which will be a type binding. Binding of type will be a string. I'm gonna assign that in here. Okay, good to go. Let's see if you have an error. So basically, let's fix this one. Can go ahead and hard code our country code and say a constant. Instead of being an empty value. So, yeah, so I think we are good to go. So right now in our sign up page, which we have here, we could get access to that um, by having to have a phone number state. So we can actually have another state here. Um, State, and we could call this is a type variable, and it's going to be um, so this is going to be, let's say, phone code. So we call that phone code. That being empty string, add that here, country code, which is a binding, and then to this phone code variable. Save this, so we don't have any more errors to fix. And then when we are trying to submit this, we can just do some concatenation here. Yeah, let's do something like this. As in phone code, it's space in there. So with the space, we can actually pass in our phone number in there. So we pass in our phone number inside that place. So that right now we can actually test this out. Once we create a new user, we could have their phone code, the country code, and phone number submitted. Let's start this. Um, so here we go. Create accounts in here. Just give a random email at gmail.com. Then the phone number, the same. and could just say, so this will be a country code, and then go ahead and put any password. Let me go back. So there we go. Let's go ahead and create this user, and the user has been created. So once the user is created, we have been taken straight back to home screen. So this is our home screen with a logout button. But let's see if this user was actually created. Go back to our back end. So this is our back end. We could see the user we created, which is 4. So this is the email of the user, and this is the ID. So this is our Firestore. This is our Firestore collection users, and come on, open up. So this is the user, because we already know this is the ID of the user, and there we go. So we could see the country code and the phone number we submitted. So that's basically what we want to have in there. We could actually make this much better by adding a plus sign in here. So we could have a plus sign in front of the country code, and then we have the phone number. So that looks better. So right now we're able to register a user. Next will be logout. So let's log out. We already tested our login, which is basically working. But we want to kind of like register a user using Google, our Google button, and our Fire and our Facebook button. So let's go ahead and work first with our Google button right here. To do that, so first of all, we need to add a package, Google sign-in package, which well, I think we don't have it right here added. So we go ahead straight and add that. So here we are. Come on, package dependencies. So yeah, open this up. Let me see. Let me copy that over. Trying to look for the particular package, the Google sign-in package. Okay, I think I found the URL. So there we go. So I just really found the URL. So here is the URL, and this is the package we want to install, which is Google Sign-in iOS, and version that we want to install. So let's go ahead and check the version, the latest version they have. So this is a GitHub URL, and the latest version is basically 6.2.2. So that's the latest version. So in here, there's a 6.2.2. So that's the version we want to add. And go ahead and add package. Click on that and wait for this to kind of like package resolution to complete. Let me see. So, so once we're still waiting for, okay, that's done. Go ahead and check in what we want to add from those packages. Yeah, we could just let's add boot and click add package, and the package will be added immediately. So here we see it, Google Sign in iOS. The package has already been added. So we are using Swift package manager to manage our packages and add package to our app. And next we'll be heading back to sign up screen. Okay, auth controller. So inside our auth controller, before we do anything, let's go over to our Firebase backend. Here we go. Go straight to authentication. Here in authentication path, we're going to configure our authentication to basically make use of so our authentication will make use of Google sign-in for authenticating the user. So inside add new provider, click on that. So we have additional providers, custom providers. So let's first of all add Google and set that up, enable, and so we have this project. Okay, project support email. Let's make use of this email. Let's see what else we need to web client. So we don't need this. We're not setting it up for web. I think these are all we need. Go ahead and save these. So I think we are good to go. Um, so let's see if there's something else we need to fix. I don't think there's something else we need to fix. Okay, let's go ahead and start working on this. Um, so in our info.p list, so there's one change we need to make. Info.p list, we have to copy. So here we have reversed client ID. We copy this reverse client ID. So copy that out. Control C to copy that and head over to set our app. So this will be for iOS. So we still do the same for Mac OS. So we go to URL types, no info.p list. So URL types. In here we're going to add a type here, and the identifier we're going to actually leave this. For URL scheme, we're going to kind of like add um, the reversed key in here. So add it there. I think that's all we need to do. Let's see if there's something else we need to set on there. Okay, yeah. So leave that. We'll actually go ahead and do this because so we still want the app to run on macOS. So we could do the same for macOS. Let's add that. I think that's also needed there. Um, okay, there we are good to go. So let's go ahead and start working with this stuff we added right now. So in here, we're going to go ahead and import Google sign in. So there we go. So we imported that in. We could go ahead and start create a sign in function. So in here, we could actually say it's observable. So right below here, of this. So sign in with Google function. Um, sign in with Google for users. I start saying sign in for users with Google Chrome function because you don't want to be creating new um, users whenever they tap in. So we could call this one create user. Say create user with Google, and then over here create a function. There we go. And our function is not going to have any return type, so we remove the return statement. But first of all, we need a name for it, so we could just call the name to be sign in, no, other create user with Google um Google sign in. That's all we need. And the parameters, we don't need any parameters here. So the function body, for the function body, I'm going to leave this and then go ahead and implement the function body. And to start with, so I'm just going to go ahead and copy a code in to speed it up. So I just copy this code in and basically see. So we haven't created this function yet, so we're going to comment this out, uncomment this out. And also, let's see, add import firebase um okay, yeah, import firebase. Think that we fix the error we are having here. Okay, yeah, so we are left with this part. So the error, this one we are going to fix that. Basically, we are not making use of this user variable here, and also I think the same thing right here. So basically, what this function is doing here, what we just copied in here. So we have this GID signing, basically Google signing, the shared instance that has previous signing. Check if the user has previous signing, and if so, you're going to go ahead and do this. If not, go ahead and create this. Else, we're going to say get hold of the um, using a gadget to get hold of the client ID from Firebase app, and again configure this Google sign in and go ahead and use gadget for other stuff. And basically also in here we're going to sign a user in using what we just created, and then basically um, authenticate them. Basically, so this authentication function here is basically what we're going to create right now. Basically, this function here is still going to do similar stuff we have right here, where we are kind of like creating a new user with email and password, similar stuff, and then we are going to create the user in a Firestore DB, in a Firestore collection DB or something like that, using the user ID, email, and password, and so on and so forth. So that's basically what this function is going to do, and we're going straight down here to create that function. So right here we're going to say yeah, so right in here, I was going to say okay, create a function, and the function name we are going to call that authenticate. No, I would so say authent. Skip up this over the function name as well. And the parameters we're going to have a user parameters param, and also um, an error parameter, and in here we're going to add that. So we're going to say authenticate for a user. So this will be outer parameter, and this will be inner parameter we're going to be using. So right here, like over here, the outer one, and here we have the inner one. So right here, we're going to assign this to be type of GID Google user. So let's see, GID Google user. Yeah, so this is it. Comma. We have width, another outer width, inner one. We are going to have error, going to be a type of error, which is going to be optional. This is not going to return anything, so we don't need the return type. So remove that. And here inside our function body, we could just go ahead and start doing whatever we want to do here. So first of all, we're going to check if there's an error. If there's an error, we are going to print the error or kind of like give the error to the user to see. But if there's no error, we are going to go ahead and do other stuff. So let's say if it's an if statement here, I'll say if let equals to error. And now we're going to print this, or instead of just printing it, but we can just print it out and also do the other stuff on it. Localize description, and under there we could just do make use of this. So there we go. And let's see if they have any issue so far. So we don't have an issue. And after that, we could just say return, so return for the function and not do anything. And back here, we could just use guardlet. So guardlet authentication. So authentication is equal to the user, which is an optional, and happen to the authentication. I also have a new another let we are going to call ID token, that's equal to authentication dot access token. I think that's what we need. No, okay, authentication dot ID token, not access token. ID token, and else if there's an issue, go ahead and return, or we could actually print an error message right here, or do this stuff that we did here in year 2. So let's see what we are having here. Okay. Um, okay. This must have an optional type, so that's why we are having the error that we are having. Um, okay, so since this will not be optional, so we go ahead and do other stuff. So using get right, you have statement there. So let's go ahead and create let credential. So we have credential is equal to Google auth provider. And in here we're going to say auth provider dot with um okay, the credential property. So with ID token and with access token, and we could actually the ID token we could actually get that by saying user authentication dot ID token and also the access token. We could also do the same stuff. I should be dot access token. Hopefully we don't have any errors. Let me see. Okay, so right here we go ahead and make use of the credential we created, and to make use of that we're going to actually copy this. I'm gonna say over here and do say auth the sign. So we're not going to use sign now, sign it with an email, but we're going to use sign in with credential. Yeah, this is sign in with a completion handler. We can actually make the use of this one. So with credential and also a completion handler right here. And let's see. So we can just try that. So auth credential is basically the credential we created. And in here we could just go ahead and say, so in here we have results and the error basically will be same. Error. Let's see in. So we could just say if there's an error, we check if there's an error, maybe print out the error, but if there's nothing, no error, um, we could just leave it that way. Yep, there we go. So let's try that. So in here we could just say, like I said, um, if let. So since error, so the error is basically um, okay, if let error. See, I think we accomplished the same stuff. Somewhere. Okay, so I can just go back and use try um yeah, guard, let me say guard let user is equals to result, the result. It's so if that so guard let user equals to result else, so if there's an error, if there's something happens, go ahead and give us an error, print the error and also kind of like show it to the user by using this what we have here. And for some app the error. So there we go. So we have the card right. So over here, so we can actually say if there's no error, so we could just say self the firebase db dot. We could just copy the same code we have. Okay. Document ID dot set data. Yeah. So we could just go ahead and copy this. So self.firebase db collection. We get hold of the collection that we want to use, and then the document we are using result.user.id, set data, passing in the email. Um, so we don't have access to the email here. But let's see how we could actually use that. So user, we have to make use of the user return dot. Um, okay, so if you're tapping to this property, so we have the email of the user, and also right here, we can actually say the same stuff, user dot. Come on, what did I do? So user dot user, and we can get hold of the phone number that's given to us and do the same with UID. So for the UID, we're going to pass in, instead of saying result dot user dot UID, we could just say user.user.uid. So just over here to the same user.user.uid. We have fixed it. Let's see if we are still having an issue. Okay, so do this one here. So it should be user. I'm going to basically return if there's an error, print this out and then return. And if there's none, go ahead and do this. What's it say? Come on. Okay. I think we're good to go. Let's see if there's something else we need to fix. So basically go ahead and use this, call this function over here, and also call this function over here. And let's go ahead and try making use of that. And then for our sign out, so our sign out, we need to update this sign out that we have here. So we're going to sign out, we're going to say, so in here we have try oath sign out. So before it is try oath sign out, try using try gid sign in dot shared instance dot sign out to sign the user out. Here we're having an issue, value of type must be unlocked. So for some updates here, that's it. Okay, over here, just use this. So in case there's no phone number, I'll just return an empty string for the user. And I think we are good with everything. And then next is just to call this function outside here in our sign up screen. Then our sign up screen, we have the social login button. We have two of them. The first one should be login. Okay, the first one is login with Facebook. No, the second one is login with Facebook. The first one, it should be login with Google. Could actually verify that by saying, so we have the social login components created here, which is a button. Right now we're not passing a callback in there, so we need to fix that our issue. So we could actually do the same stuff we did here. So copy this, start thinking about it, head over to the social login button and replace this with what we just copied, and next will be, so there's the action variable, social login, have that here. And next we have initialize the action, set a constructor, actually do the same stuff, set social login, do the same code we copied, so add it somewhere here. And then lastly yeah, we initialize the action inside our constructor. So right here, social login, we can actually do the same. That's it, we are good to go. Save this to make sure there's no error we are receiving. Um, um, okay, save it. Good to go. And then because we already have a callback here, so we could go ahead back to the sign up screen and tap into the action property, which is a callback. And in there we could just say auth controller. We already have auth controller right here. So make a call to the auth controller dot, we need to await on this controller dot call create user with Google. We do the same. This so action and yeah, leave it this way for this one. Hopefully we don't have any error, but let's go ahead and test this first because we have done a lot so far. So we are receiving errors. Um, okay. Basically, the action we added, add those here, and also do the same right here. Okay, so I will save this. Run the code one more time again. Okay, there we go. And let's get ready to test out this. So how to do this place. So we use that in sign in screen, right? Okay. For the first button, let's tap on that. Okay, not create account, so not that. Um, okay, there we have. Okay, looks like it's working. And tap on this. Okay, there we go. So we got this working. So finally, we are able to log in a user using Google. And let's see. Let's check out something. So we can actually verify that by going to the authentication. And yeah, we can see the user we just logged in, which is at my actual email account. And this is the user ID BEIK something something. And right here, we could actually check this out. So we have users collection. Instead of users collection, we have so this is the user BEIK. So we were able to return the email address of the user ID, but not for the phone number. So we can't return the phone number of the user. So we return an empty string for that. What else we could actually do? Um, so let's test this function um, in our login screen. So let's head over to our login screen. So here's our login screen. So inside our login screen, the first button there is for the Google login. Yeah, so there we go. So let's start our app because we'll actually see everything here that the users have been created. But we'll be taken to the home screen because we already created a user, but we need to sign out. So we sign the user out, and the user has been signed out. So let's head back to the um what's it called? The login screen. Tap on this. So here's the login screen. We could actually tap and we could actually tap on the login with Google for the login screen and see what happens. So we are looking forward not to get a new user created. So we don't want to create a new user. Once we do that, which is here, so this is the user we have currently right now. If you tap on login with Google, open this up. Okay, tap on this. Let's see what we have. Okay, that worked. And if you go over here, head back to authentication. So it's still the same user with the same user ID because we have previously logged in and created a user with the same email and password or something. So yeah. So first of document, we still have the same um, user and none of the properties has been changed so far. Yeah, so that's it. So none of the property has been changed. It's still the same way. Let's see. Let's see. Um, so I'm trying to verify something right here. I'm trying to say. So far we have this stuff, and we could actually log in with the same Google account. But let's try, and we are trying to see if the user is not even created from the beginning. We could actually check that out by saying over here for the phone number instead of returning no. So let's do something, not anything for now. And restart our app and try logging in a user. And there we go. So log out, go back to login, log in the user, log in the user, and okay, that's logged in. So let's go back to our database, so our backend, check something out. So we could actually see that this has been actually always been updated. So that's not what we want. We don't want the user to actually be updated every single time they kind of like logged in or that. So we really want the user data to be updated only when they created the account first in the first place. The first time they created the account, that's when we want this to be changed. We don't want this to be changed regularly. So we need to fix this issue. So to fix this issue, I think one thing we could actually do, let's see here. Okay, so it's telling us this, we don't need to use that in there. So right here, what we could do is to actually say in here, we don't want to create any user, but we just want to sign the user in. I think that should solve the issue that we're having with. We want to authenticate the user, but we don't want to actually um, we don't want to create a new user stuff on our back end, but we just want to authenticate them once we are actually created a user previously. So we could just remove this right here and then replace that with just simply this function. Yeah. So with credential, wait a minute, before we do that, we go, let's see. So you could actually create a new function called authenticate. So the function will just help us to authenticate the user. Um, yeah. So over here, you could just go down below here, so call function. What are we with here? Ticket. So we authenticate the user, and in there we're going to just say, so you're going to be the same stuff we have here, just few stuff that we need to change. I'm passing that in the function body. The function body, we're going to just do copy the code from here all the way to here. Then we'll stop, delete this. After that, the next will be to add this auth credential we have right here. The credential, I think that's it. Yeah, nothing else we need to do. So we could just use that authenticate function in here. So use the authenticate function right in here. And because we don't want to create a new user whenever we kind of like log in using Google stuff. So once we did that, so let's remove this and test out our code right now. We're gonna restart this app. There we go. So we restarted the app and let's see. So just log out the user. Log out now. The user has kind of successfully logged out. And we can just go ahead and delete everything concerning the user. So this is the user. Go ahead and delete this user. Not delete collection. We're not deleting collection. Just delete document. The user has been removed. And our authentication part, we just go ahead and remove the user too. Start this and then let's try again. Create account, log in with Google, and the user has been created. There we go. You can verify that he's a user, and in here we can actually verify that too. And let's see. So the user is ZK5VH. So that's basically. So the user ID is ZK5H. So this is the user we created. So you could actually log out and test the login again to make sure we're not getting the same error right now. And if you go ahead and click login, but before we test the login, let's try hard coding something here. Your phone number. Um, so let's restart the app. So login with Google, tap that, and okay. So we actually logged in, and let's try our back end. So we're having you every single time. So basically, this is actually being updated every single time we kind of like logged in a new user. So, yeah, just check out some stuff. Okay, I think the best way to actually fix the issue we're having right now, um, to have a separate function to separate function. So this is called create um, user with Google sign in, right? And so create another function here. have create user with Google sign in with Google. So I have the sign in with Google right there. Doesn't accept anything, return type, none. Doesn't return anything, function body, inside the function body. Go ahead and check almost the same check we did here. So or instead of doing a check, we could just call start the previous signing and basically do something. Okay, yeah, so we could just do that in here, paste the code, and then we call the reauthenticate function in there, and we could just use this in our login function, in our login path, without kind of like calling create accounts in our login screen. So far here, we could just go ahead and remove the create account, just to this one. There we go. Let's say there's something that we need to fix for this. So now the sign up. So first the sign up only has the create account with the Google signing, and the login is only the one that has sign in with Google, which in our auth controller is doing different things. So we only authenticate the user. That's all. And using the reauthenticate function we have here. Um, and for this create user with Google signing, we actually create a user and then authenticate the user using this function right here. And so go ahead and save that. Restart our app. So there we go. Our app is up. Let's wait for this to finish. So log out. Go back. Um, Go ahead and delete most of the users we have here. So delete this one. Go back. So basically, the user we deleted was this one. Go ahead and delete that user. Let's start this. And then in here, create accounts, log in with Google. So we actually created a new user, which is this, you. And then we have this one, this is the same user. And we could actually log out and go to login, and then log in with Google. So now we have an error. Let's see. So we've got an error that we need to fix. So let's go ahead and fix this up. Let me see. Okay, start the app again. Try doing this one more time. So login, and there we go. So we actually logged in a new user, not a new user, the same user. And if you go and refresh this, so there we go. So we logged in with the same user. And inside our database, we don't have a duplicate user, or we are not kind of like changing the user data whenever we log in. Yeah, so there we go. No, yeah, so this is the user, and that's left the way it is. So that's basically what we want to achieve here. We did that by creating a separate function, one for signing and one for creating a user with Google. Um, so there's a prototype we got so far. So right here we have, let's see, I think we had coded something somewhere here. So remove the hard coded path. Go ahead and remove that and see what we have. And the next we could actually fix up fast, and let's work on that fast. Will be Facebook, so we could just log out. So we could actually verify that and this is working. So right now will be to work on this. So let's work on with Facebook. So first of all, we need to add our Facebook package, and let me see if we have something. So we don't have a Facebook package added yet, and we could get hold of the Facebook. Um, So I'm trying to figure out the link for that Facebook package. I think I found it. So I found the link to the Facebook package we are going to use. And right here we are. Go ahead and paste this. Oh, no, no, this is still Firebase. Oh, sorry guys, this is still Firebase. Thought copy that the Facebook part. Um, Trying to figure out where we did that. So okay, I think I got something. So we can actually get hold of Facebook, the Facebook package. Let's type this. Let me see. Um, iOS Facebook SDK, and then go to the GitHub. Let's try on GitHub. Actually, we're on GitHub, and we're looking for Facebook iOS SDK. Yeah, that should be this one. Yeah, so this is one we're looking for. What? And yeah, just go ahead, modify. So let me stop there. Copy this link, and head over to your app. So here in your S code, head over to this place, package dependency, open this up, and then add the URL that we just copied right here. So this is it. I want to add up to the um, major changes version, which we can actually find there, which is version 14.1.0. So we could just say version 14.1.0. So that's the package we're trying to use, the version we're trying to use. Um, so 14.1.0. Yeah, there we go. Go ahead and add that. So wait for this to kind of like complete off. Okay, so let's wait for this to complete. So yeah, let me think I can go ahead and just talk about something. So why this is still running, I think so let me explain something. So where we have to fix some stuff here. I think there's some part for the forgot password. So the forgot password screen has not been added right now, but we are going to kind of like create that on our own. So we're going to create a forgot password screen. I think that's the only stuff that is remaining on this section, which is authentication section. Create this, and yeah, I think we are good to go. So just create that. Yeah, that's all. So let's go ahead and add this first. So we have Facebook call, add the Facebook call, shake that, and what else we need to add? Facebook login. Um, so Facebook basics. We don't need that. So we already need this tray. Just add a package, and there we go. So the package will be added. So right now we can go ahead and start using Facebook login to implement our Facebook part of the app. No, go back. So the Facebook part of this app, which is Facebook login or sign up. I think that's done. Um, yeah. So once that is done, let's go ahead and implement this stuff. So over here, let's set this up. To set this up, we have to go to Facebook, open up this. Um, let's see. Okay, yeah. So let's do some setup. Mm, come on. So there we go. So go to my settings. Um, so let's create a new app. Come on. Yeah. So head over here. So I can go ahead and create a new app by saying create app. And the app is going to actually consumer product permission like Facebook login and Instagram based display name. So the one we are going to choose is this one. So we're going to create a consumer app, tap on that and click next. And display name for the app is just going to be bakery bakery paradise. So we have bakery paradise. I think that will go. So we have the okay create account. Um, so there we go. Let me see what else we need to set up. So we need to set up Facebook login. That's what we need to set up here. So we only want to set it up for iOS at the moment. And in there we want to okay next. So the bundle ID, we could actually add our bundle ID and we could get that from our app here. Info description. So these are bundle ID. Copy that over, paste that in here, save that. Okay, next. Um, save next. So info.p list. So we need to add this code inside our info.p list, and I think that's this is the major stuff we need to do. We could actually copy this. So this should be inside CF bundle URL types. I think we already added that key previously while dealing with Google services setup. Over here in our wait a moment, what do we do? Um, okay, info of P list right here. So open the app in Finder. Once you open the app in Finder, I'm looking for the info.p list file, not this one. Um, okay, basically looks like this is what we're going to need to modify any of these. So this is for iOS, this is for Mac. Um, so head over to the iOS one, right click and then open source code. There we go. So open it as source code. So we have this key, shift this out, put it side by side. So it asked us to go to the key called CF bundle URL types. So CF bundle URL types. Um, so there we go. You CF bundle URL types, which is an array, and we have CF bundle URL schemes. And in here there is a key CF bundle URL schemes. There we go, which is an array. The value is an array, and in there we have to add inside the array we have to append something in there. So CF bundle schemes in there we have to append another string. So it's called Facebook app ID, and so I have to replace the FB app ID dash app ID with basically Let's see. So added this. So in the array string, in the KCF bundle URL, replace app ID with your app ID. Um, okay, so I think I get what we need to do here. To do that, we could just copy our app ID. So here's our app ID. Over here, replace the so just over here replace this all the way to here with this. So there we go. That's all. Save that. Then the next will be after the array, which is after this stuff, this key right here. So before this key, UI fonts and then the array, we need to add um, another key. So this key value pairs, key Facebook ID, key as value this, another key value pair. So I can just copy all the way from here to here, copy those, and add that before this particular key. So let's go ahead and change this. So this will be Facebook app ID we copied previously, which starts from here, replace all this with it. And the next will be Facebook client token. So the client token, you can get that also from, let me see, I should duplicate this tab. So if we duplicate this, go to advanced basic. Um, so our client ID is what we're looking for. Go to advanced. Try checking this here. So we have ID, secret. Um, okay, so there's here we go. So our client token, just go ahead and copy that out. And in here, replace the client token we have here, what we just copied. Um, and that's it. And again, the app name, which we have, I think I've forgotten it. So that should be somewhere inside the basic properties. So the app name, which is this, go ahead and copy that over and paste that here. Replace this app name we are having here. That's it. And then I think you're good to go. Go ahead and save this. And next, go back here. So it asks us to do something else to use any of the Facebook dialog, example, login, share, app invite that can perform any app switch to Facebook app. So you need to add this LS application query scheme. Let's check first if you already have that particular key added. So we don't have that particular key added. Basically, need to go ahead and add the LS application query scheme. So just go ahead and copy this, head over to our app in here, and this should be outside. So this is a key UI font, and this is the array, right? So I can just say in here. So there we go. The key is LS application policy scheme. The array, inside the array we have Facebook app API, Facebook Messenger share API. We don't need these ones, but let's copy something over. So the ones that make sense. So you have to add this more too. So we have the Facebook auth2 and the Facebook share extension. So we'll add that. Let's see what else we need to set up. So inside our keychain, so you need to add keychain. So this for Mac Catalyst application, but let's go ahead and set that up. Um, so So we can just say inside here. Nope. So outside here, Mac OS signing and capabilities. Could just go straight. Um, okay. Plus tap on the add capability. Where's that? So you tap into keychain. Yeah, I think that's added already. Let's add a keychain. Let's see what. So we added a keychain for the target. So that's all we need. Um, okay, so I think that's it. Just click next. And in here, okay, we can just go ahead and set this up ourselves. Let's see if what else we need to do. Okay, so this is how to use Facebook login button. But we don't want to use Facebook core login button. We want to use our own custom login button. So let's see if there's something else we need to change. So I don't think there's anything we need to. So login manager access current. Okay, so okay, public profile email, and so here we are. So let's go back to our app. Head over to our app. Let's start our app again. Right in on top of over here, we need to create an app delegate. So we need to go in here in a shared screen before this stuff we have here. So I'm going to create an app delegate. Um, so going to be a Swift UI file, um, just Swift file, and call that app delegate. So there we go. Call that app delegate. Save that. So there we go. And in here, I'm just going to copy some code for setting up our Facebook. Um, so for setting up our Facebook. So this is all we need here inside our app delegate. Make sure you copy that in there. And let's go to getting an error. Um, do we already have app delegate somewhere? Okay. So we already have an app delegate somewhere here. So I'm redeclaring it, which is causing an issue. So I'm basically need to go and delete this. Um, so move this to trash thing. So in here, inside our app delegate that we created, save this so the error will go away. And in here, we are going to see what we need to add. So we have a UI application delegate inside the function application. Okay, this finish with options. Okay, Firebase configure. Um, okay, so we can just say comment this out. That's it for me. In here, I'm going to copy this over and add that somewhere here and comment this out. Okay, there we go. Okay, so what fixed the error was importing this Facebook core package in here, and yeah, so we could go ahead and test. Let's see one more if there's something else we want to do. So we added our app delegate inside our bucket, yeah, and yeah, I think we're good to go. So next we'll be working with basically working with our Facebook and testing it out in our sign up screen first before moving over to any other screen. And so right here, we could go over to auth controller. Inside our auth controller, we can import, go ahead and import Facebook login. So that's called Facebook login. Once that is imported, we could just say inside create a Facebook function that helps us to log in a user. And we could just say over here, function, um, create user, not capital, so that should be small letter. Create user with Facebook. Okay, there we go. We're not going to require any parameters, return type, nothing. Inside the function body, we're just going to create a constant called login manager. So yeah, login manager, and that will be equals to login manager from Facebook. This, and we're going to say login manager dot login. Mm, So I will log in with permission for handler that has an handler, and we have login view controller configuration and other ones. So we are going to use this second one. So permission, which is an array of strings, and in here we're going to add public profile email. So that's what we need from Facebook. We need the user public profile and the email. So we added that as the permission we need. And also from UI view control, I just added one. And handler, I just login results. I call this results. And again, there is an error. Error. And yeah, we could just go ahead and do whatever we want to do once the this function is created. So we can have a guard let's here to check if there's an error. So if there's no error, we could just continue to do whatever other stuff we want to do. So we could just say guard um so new not this. So I will just say guard let results. So I have results. Um so user results is equals to results. Okay. And again not results It's cancelled. Else, just for now, print an error, something. Here, just return for the guide statements. Below here, we could actually print out the tokens and other stuff concerning the user that just logged in. Now I can do that. Let's copy something over to speed up the coding. So yeah, so over here I'm printing out the user results, authentication part, so we don't have anything called results, so it should be user result. We see why this is highlighting an error. So we have result right here, and get um, results. Okay, so I'm saying if not results, not optional, is cancelled. So else, go ahead and okay. So in here we just go ahead and use user result, instead result. Okay, I can actually force. Okay, see. Let's try this out. So open this up, restart our app, and okay. Before we do that, we didn't do something. So just copy this function, head over to our sign up screen. So there is a sign up screen, and inside this, we're going to have auth. We have auth controller dot, which is the function we're trying to call. Go ahead and restart our app again. So log in with Facebook inside our sign up screen. Um, so here we are. And so I think we okay. Let's go ahead and test this out. So right now we have our Facebook added in here. So create user with Facebook. And we could just tap into the create account section. And here we are. So let's tap into this button and see what happens. Okay. Continue. Okay. So we have okay. So we have this pop-up Facebook. We have our app name Paradise is requesting access to. Okay. Continue as Cozy there. So tap on that. And there we go. So you can see a whole lot of stuff being returned here, which we are kind of like logging out. So we are logging the token out. So if you go back to our auth controller, so we are logging the authentication token, which we converted to a toString out, and we are also logging token, yeah, authentication token and token out, and also we are logging the user profile email, which somewhere here, yeah, is shown somewhere here. Or I think we can actually get the user phone number and a whole lot of other stuff. Yeah, I think so. So right now, here is where we could actually make kind of like create a user in our database after creating a credential using these stuff we have here. So first of all, let's create a credential. Basically, that's basically what we kind of did right here. So I can go up and copy this section all the way from here to here to kind of like speed up our code. Yeah, sign in with credential, and okay, you can just copy all the way from here to here. I think I could do that. Let's copy that. And once we copy that over, um, so once we copy that over, what we could do is just head over to um, we could do the other stuff here. Let me see. Because we want to get hold of the user, the load current profile of the user. So if you load the current profile, then you can have the function with sign in with, okay. Yeah, we could go ahead and create this stuff in here, but we have to change a lot of stuff. So we have credential, Google Auth provider, the credential. So other Google Auth provider, I think we should use Facebook. There's one should okay, yeah, Facebook Auth provider. So there's one we have to use. So this is the provider we have to use. And so replace this with Facebook Auth provider the credential. So the inside the credential, again, Facebook Auth provider dot credential with access token. Let's see what else we have here. So we have credential. So only with access token. Over here, we could actually get the access token from user results, which we have right here. So right here we have a user result. So let's see in here. Okay. Let's think of something. Yeah. So that should be here. So auth user result dot access token. Token. So you have something called authentication token. Token. Okay, the token, the access token. So the token is the access token. So that's what they are requesting. So you add that right in there. So to user results. I have for some app that. Okay, so we have to force unwrap this. Not yeah, just force unwrap this. And once that is done, we have the credential passed in here, and inside the closure, we should have okay to be a expected argument of type string. So we have to do dot to string um id token string. I think the one we want to do is the token string with access token. or we could just convert the whole sum to a two string and pass it in. Okay, so two string, and in here we pass in the credential that we're using, which is basically in here. Then we get hold of the results, errors, and gather the user. Okay, print. If there's an error, show of the error. If there's none, go ahead and create the user. Okay, user ID. What did I do? So yeah, so user ID, user email, user. Okay, no. So we need to get that from profile. Um, let's say user slash dot user dot user ID, and also this one should be user dot user ID, but this one shouldn't be this. We could just replace this to basically say profile file dot email, no phone number. So I have email, first name, gender, last name, middle name, user ID, and so also have birthday, friends ID, hometown, image URL, um, link URL equal to copy image URL. I'm looking for something like phone or number, something like that. So something there's a property called phone number. So since there's no property called phone number, um, we could actually go ahead. Well, I'm thinking what we could actually pass in here. Since there's no phone number, we could just go ahead and return an empty string right here. And again, for the email, just say for the profile dot email, get hold of the email. We can actually add also properties like first name, last name, something like that, which we actually neglected somewhere here. We didn't add that, but let's see if there's um, user dot user. So we have user dot phone number, email, phone number, UID. So display name, we have username property. So I think that makes sense. But if there's nothing, we just pass in an empty string to this added in our database. So we can actually get email, phone number, UID, and the username. I think that's all we need. And then we can actually replace that also with for Facebook sign in. We can actually get hold of the email, phone number, which is we can't get hold of because it's empty, and UID. And lastly, we could just get hold of um, name property, so name that will be either from profile dot have last name, name, so you can just get hold of the whole name. Okay, let's say that's something else. So there we go. Um, so let's go ahead and test this out. So restart our app from the beginning again. Let's wait for this to kind of like finish up. We could just head over to, let's say, bakery, not this, not this, not this. Okay, yeah. So these are back end. Go ahead and delete this user. Also go ahead and delete this because this is going to throw an error because we already have an email with that with a user, and if I'm to sign in to Facebook, it's still going to give me an email. Um, delete account. There we go. So head over here and tap create account, tap login with Facebook, and continue section. Go ahead and click you previously logged into Wiki Paradise Facebook. Would you like to continue? Continue. And so it's saying the identity provider configuration is not found. And see, um, so I think with login manager, we can actually try logging out. Um, so we have a logout property too. So we can actually log out from the user first of all. Hopefully this doesn't throw an error because we want to kind of like log in from the beginning, create a new login from the beginning. So we can actually create a user using that. Create account, login with Facebook. Previously logged in. Come on. So we're actually getting the authentication token being printed out. So the token is this, token 2 is this, and okay. Let's see if something is added here. So we are not getting any stuff being registered here. I think that was an issue we need to fix. And to fix that, see. Let's say it's dot token string. So you get rid of the token string. So we could use that again to create a new Facebook user. And hopefully this works this time around because we are getting errors for the previous try. Basically, could not provider configuration is not found. So that's the error we are getting. So let's try this again. So log in with Facebook, tap on that, open this up, and hopefully this works this time around. Okay, we're still having the same issue. Um, okay, come on, where is this coming from? Yeah, so click that. Passing a credential, we can just close this off for now. So just want to make sure that we're actually creating a user. And I think we're good to go this way. Let's try again. Um, yeah, let's try again and see what we get this time around. Hopefully, we're able to create a user using Facebook and not get the same errors that we're having. So I'm still getting the same errors and issues. So let's put this out. So we can just Google this out. Not React Native. So, I get that it's not React Native. So I'm trying to see where the we get. So over here, let me see random string. So authenticate with Firebase parts. We have sign in with credential passed in. Before that, so there's we are creating. We are always there. Over here, they use auth provider to create a credential from authentication token. I should copy this out for now, and so this is the access token we are getting, which is this. Um, I don't know why we are getting the error. We are doing it the right way and not actually the wrong way. Um, we're still having this error. So we have the result. Since I user result done, um, um, so we have once token string. I don't think I'm actually doing anything wrong here. So that's actually the perfect way to do it, but we're actually getting errors. Looking at the configuration for Facebook, which we are actually following correctly, and that's actually the way to do that, but we still have errors. So let's see. So checking something out, and okay, come on, let me go to this. Okay, shut that out. Okay, we could just use that access token right here. We need Facebook token. Hopefully we get this working. One more time. Okay. Oh, continue. And we're still getting the same error. So identity configuration something something error right there. So let's have a sign out firstly. Say login, sign up, log out. Okay, have that in there. So right now to log the user out, the Facebook user out, and then try creating another Facebook account with the same user. And over here, we could just say, mm, okay, create account, log in with Google. So Google login is working, which you could actually verify here. And here, CDM here, log out. We should log everything up. I think we are receiving an error. So let's go back again, create account, log in with Facebook. We're still having the same issue. Come on. Oh, okay. I think we could actually try using this method of using auth provider, since we can actually use um, the the way we are doing it. So that's kind of like causing some issues, which we also saw here and tried using the same stuff we did here, and was showing an error, and which can kind of like try to see one more places, find something useful. If not, we could try using the other way. So looks like we are not the only people facing some errors on Facebook login stuff, and okay, yeah, come on, guys. Kind of like look stupid right now. I just kind of look very stupid. Like I'm really very stupid, very stupid right now. I'm really very stupid. Like that's something we just kind of like forgot to do, and we are here trying to fix an error that doesn't exist. The error is not actually kind of like coming from the code we were writing. So we actually debugging our code, thinking the error was coming from the code. Basically, the error was actually coming from here sign-in method. So inside our sign-in method, we didn't include this. So we need to include our Facebook inside our sign-in method to fix that error. But we are here spending a whole lot of time trying to fix that, but we didn't. So since we already figured it out, so this is a fix for it. So enable this app ID. We add the app ID, app secret. So the app ID should be um, so app ID. So get hold of the app ID from there, copy that, and head back to in here, paste right here. So app secret, we do the same, run fast to this place, and we get that from settings, basic, hopefully. That's it. Okay, yeah, that's it. Show. Come on, submit. We could just copy this, and there we go. And let's run back to this place. So we need to add it here. So run back and add it here, and then copy this callback URL. I think there's somewhere we need to add this callback URL. Yeah, definitely there is. Not here. On the basic side, and let me see if we could find it. Callback, add a callback URL somewhere. Not here. Mm, okay, we could just leave it for now. So, but let's go back and see what else we need to change. So, we added this. That's okay. Go ahead and save this. So, we added Facebook right now. So, let's go ahead and test this one more time. Start our login with Facebook. Tap on that. This opens. Tap on this. Okay, we received an error. So the account already exists with the same email address, but with different signing method. So basically, it's working. But what we need to do is go to authentication and remove this. So I'm using the same email for Google. So go ahead and remove that. Go back again to our app and try logging in with Facebook. Continue, and there we go. So finally, it's working, and we're able to kind of like log user in using our Facebook, and yeah. What we can verify that here, so you can see, and this is the provider, Facebook. One more thing we need to do is basically go ahead and delete this user because we're just testing something out. So revert back to our previous code. Um, that will be opening this place up. Let's delete this. And copy these two. Copy both of them out. Paste that in here somewhere. Let me see. Yeah, just delete this and replace the copy stuff with it. And there we go. And save this. All right, now let's go ahead and test this one more time. Before we go ahead and test that, we should also create a new function. Also create a new function, and we call that signing. So that should be here. Call the function normal sign in with Facebook. So we don't need any parameter. We don't need any return type. Basically, we are going to copy over what we did here, or just a little bit of changes to it. And let's copy all the way from this to this end. Make some changes. And next, we basically copy the user profile. We don't need to get hold of the user profile, but just signing in. So that would be just copy these two and right below here, vehicles of them, And lastly, we just copy this function. That's all we need, and we're good to go. There's an issue, so basically we saying these results that we have here because we are not making use of that. And since we are not going to make use of that, that's one fix we could actually do. See, there's another function we can actually make use of right here. Login manager dot login. Um, so login with configuration, permission, configuration, and login view controller. Again, we just keep on going with what we're doing. In here, we don't need to use this stuff. We'll just hit here. Okay, so we missed curly braces. And so we added that back. So if the result is not equals to new, go ahead and do this. But if result um, else, we can just go ahead and do this one. We should basically call in error statement to show the error to the user in here. So we call this signing. So sign in with Facebook, copy that out, basically use that right in our login screen over here with controller. But there we go. That's all. That's all that's remaining. We'll start our app once more again. So okay, we go ahead and log out and go ahead and create account. Facebook, continue. Uh, there we go. So the user has been created and we already logged in, and we can verify this by going over to our bakery backend. There we go. Firebase. We are looking for a user with so we are looking for a user with HES. So HES. Let's see. So this is the user. We have the email and password. No, email, name, phone number, and UID. So we are returning the email, name, phone number, and ID. So that's working. And so let's try the login part. So sign out, head over to login, login with Facebook, and there we go. So there we go. We are logged in. Let's make sure. So yeah, added. Wait a second. Let's see. So HES2. So let's go back. So HES2. So that's the user. So nothing has been changed. We could actually, yeah, tap on heart and say that we did well. So I think we that's it. So the next thing we can actually do is to kind of like wrap some stuff up here. I think there are some fixes we need to do. Um, we can actually make this to kind of like link back to login, and then let's see what else we need to fix. We could just head over to login screen. So in the login screen, if you tap on this, it should take us to sign up screen. And let's see. Instead of leaving that, we could just sort of leave that appending because that won't take time to fix. Let's go ahead and add forgot password to our app. So let's work on this forgot password to our app. Let's see if we can complete that right now. Um, Hopefully we can because we're already almost out of time because I need to do a different stream for another app. So let me see if I can get able to get that working as soon as possible. So here we now have login screen. Okay, just fix them. Okay, one easy way to do that, you can just say copy what we have here. Copy what we have here, head back to login screen. And once you tap on, where's it? Okay, yeah. So you can actually copy this. So we did multiple copy right now. And you can just say on tap on this stuff here. Okay, let me see. Wait. So destination will basically be Label will basically be this. The destination will basically be um come on. So the destination will be sign up screen. Save that. So basically doing this on our login screen. Restart our app. So there we are. So we tap on this. So it will actually take us to sign up. Tap on that. And there we go. It's working. So if you go back, yeah, tap. So we are currently in the login screen. If you tap, we are now in the sign up screen. Login, sign up. So in the sign up, if you tap this, you should actually go back the other way around. You could actually to do that, go ahead and copy all this stuff and do the right in the sign up section. Sign up screen, we that should be somewhere. And replace this with it. And again, what we have in here, we just replace it with login screen. So there we go. So go ahead and save this. So right now, if you tap on the navigation link, it navigates back to login or back to sign up, depending on which screen you are. So login, sign up. Let's go back. Let's see. So if we go to navigation link, sign up, label. Okay, so for the login, take us to sign up, then sign up. See what's wrong here. Okay, so we have create account. Tap on this. So you have login. Okay, go back, go back, and then create account. Tap on login. It takes us to login screen. Create, create account. Tap on login. Let's see. Okay. I think we could actually leave it here so for now. Maybe tomorrow we can actually fix up some stuff. The errors. Let's see what else we could actually easily fix. So I think what we have left now is um, the password. So right here, so this should be indicating the amount of password we have typed in. And again, we have the terms and condition, which are not working right now. We can actually fix that, or yeah, we need to fix that, or both of them. Go back and then fix the forgot password and the password section. Yeah, so that's all what we have going to do tomorrow. Yeah, so yeah, so guys, we'll be stopping here for this particular stream, this topic on which is the bakery app, and hopefully we'll be able to do another stream before today runs out. That will be different, but not on this topic. That will be the next stream will be on the app we have been building, which is basically the mental health app. So that will be where the mainstream will be on. So for this, we are done for this for today. This will be for another day. So see you guys in the next stream, and thank you for joining. Happy to kind of worked on this with you guys. Thank you. And also, guys, don't forget to kind of like subscribe to the channel, share the channel with your friends, and get people to join us on our um, streams, and also try to contribute when kind of like some in ways like talking, chatting, and kind of like asking questions, and also getting on the call. I can actually give anyone access to the call, and we can actually do pair programming. So those are what I'm looking towards, to pair programming and other stuff. So um, yeah, let's keep it that way. Thank you guys for joining, and have a nice day.